The more I have an opportunity to pastor people, I've been pastoring now for close to 25 years, the more I see the effect of just this postmodern impulse that seems to create a kind of ambivalence within the culture and an ambivalence in the next generation. I mean, if truth is unknowable, then truth is unattainable. If truth is unattainable, then what's the point of even pursuing it? And so I think there's an effect that's taking place that it's having on this next generation. It's having on this generation as well, on all generations. I think there's a kind of detached indifference that has come to characterize this age where ambition has been lost. You know, I was listening to an interview once where a Christian educator at a college, he was a professor, and someone was interviewing him, and they were asking him questions because he had been teaching for 4 decades. And the interviewer asked him a fascinating question. He said, now compare and contrast for me the difference between the present incoming freshmen and those that were coming into the institution 3 or 4 decades ago. And the guy paused and he just said, you know, 3 or 4 decades ago, the one thing that seemed to define the incoming freshmen was their pride. And he said, what I mean by that is they were convinced that they were going to be the leaders of the future, that their ideas were going to make a difference, that they were going to be occupying the positions of influence in the culture, in corporate America, in the military, in government. And there was this heady exuberance to their approach to the future. He said, fast forward now 3 or 4 decades, and the incoming freshmen would be largely defined by sloth. There's no cause that captivates their soul. There's nothing that calls to them. There's nothing that arouses them. And when I heard that, I thought, yeah, I want to get at that. There's a sense where ambition needs to be rescued in them, and I'm hoping this book makes a contribution.